Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, I'm going to give you a brief overview of accounts on the XRP Ledger, of how account information is stored on the XRP Ledger. So, first of all, accounts information are stored as account root objects on the blockchain. As you can see now, if you are to make a query to the blockchain to request information about a specific account, these are the responses you can expect to get. Now, if you notice, information in the red cards are information that aren't consistent, that they are not retrieved all the time for each request you make. So the first information we are looking at is the account ID. This is just the identifying address of the account that marks the account on the ledger. Next, we have the account transaction ID. This is the hash of the most recent transaction sent out by the account. Next, we have the AMM ID. So the AMM ID is just an ID of an account if the account is an AMM object. So this doesn't necessarily apply all the time. Next, we have the balance. So the balance is just the balance of the account in XRP in drops. So the XRP balance of the account in drops. Next, we have the bond NF tokens. So these how many tokens, these how many NFTs or non-fungible tokens that this account has issued that has been bond so far. Next, we have the domain. So the domain is just a URL that is associated with the account. Now we have the email hash. Email hash is an MD5 hash of an email address that is associated with the account. Next, we have the sequence. So the sequence number is the sequence number of the next valid transaction for this account. So what this sequence does, it serves as a count to avoid double spending on the XRP ledger. Next, we have the first NF token sequence. So this is the sequence number at the first time that the account minted its first NFT. Next, we have the ledger entry type. So ledger entry type is just the type of the object we carried, which is the account root object. Next, we have the message key. So the message key is the public key that allows that may be used to send encrypted messages to this account. We have the minted NF tokens. So again, this is just a count of how many tokens how many NFTs this account has minted or has been minted on its behalf. We have the NF token minter. So this is an account that can mint NFTs, on behalf of this account. Next, we have the owner account. Owner account is just the number of objects that is associated with this account. So a check is an object, an NFT is an object, a token is an object. So the more of those objects the account has, the more this count increases. Next, we have the previous transaction ID. This is the identifying hash of the transaction that's recently modified this account. We have the previous transaction ledger sequence. This is the index of the ledger that contains the transaction that most recently modified this account. We have the index of the account, which is just a random hash that identifies the account on the blockchain still. We have the regular key. The regular key is an address of a keeper that can sign and submit transactions on behalf of this account. Like an example, you can as a married couple, let me say the wife has an account, she can decide to add her husband as the regular key so he can sign and submit transactions on her behalf. We have the ticket count. Ticket count is just how many tickets an account owns on the blockchain. We'll learn more about tickets in later videos. We have the tick size. Tick size just comes down to being how many decimal places for tokens issued by this account. So this tick size is used in the XRP Ledger exchange to show how many significant digits to use when you're creating an offer on the blockchain. Next, we have the transfer rate. Transfer rate is the transfer fee to charge other users for sending currencies issued by this account. Next, we have the flags. So the flags are just account modifiers that are stored as an integer, which you can carry out bitwise operations against to read them. We'll see more of this in later videos. Next, we have the account flags. So the account flags, these are still flags, but that they are stored in key value pairs. You will also see more of that in later video. So currently, you can modify your account information with the help of Merkle by visiting merkle.app. Thank you.